Hey, Wannabe Gamer here with another Top War video. Today we're going to be talking about how to transfer servers. I'll go over what you need, how to get it, as well as some of the requirements and standards you'll need to meet to be able to transfer servers. I'll walk you through the process and give you some recommendations through my personal experience. Now, the first thing that you're going to need to do to transfer servers is you will need to be level 80. However, after that, you will need transfer applications. The number of transfer applications you need is dependent on how strong your account is, and it is based on more than just your CP. Now, for example, while I was waiting to transfer, I did keep my CP as low as I could to make sure it wouldn't cost me as many transfer tickets. However, my transfer ticket cost still did go up by 2 during the time that I was saving tickets. So there are other things that are taken into account. I had someone suggest to me that it is partly based on how many 5-star heroes you have. However, I've not been able to confirm that with an official source, so it's just a theory. Now, where you get these transfer tickets, the first way is through the Alliance store. Now, at level 50, you're able to start buying transfer applications. You can buy one every 15 days for 15,000 Alliance points, and this cost can go down if your Alliance has researched ally discount, but the base cost is 15,000. The next way is to go to the VIP store. If you've reached VIP level 10, you're able to buy 2 transfer tickets per week. This resets on Sunday for 1,200 gems each. And then the third way is to buy it with real money. Now, there's 2 places you can do this. I have seen it occasionally available in the value pack. However, it is very rare. But when it is in here, it is for sale for $20, or for those who are not using the US currency, 1,200 gem pack is what I'll compare it to. And it also comes with an extra 600 gems, so it gives you an extra bonus for buying it. Now, if you don't want to wait for that and you need to buy it right away, let's go ahead and head out to the servers and find one I'm eligible for. I found one for the sake of this video. I don't know this server. It just has no requirements, so it lets me get to certain screens. So here it says I'm eligible. I can click apply to transfer since I'm eligible, get items, buy, and here I can buy 1 ticket for $20 or equivalent to the 1,200 gem pack, or 5 tickets for $100 or equivalent to the 6,400 gem pack. If you do get the 5, you will get a bonus 1,000 gems for purchasing that. Now, once you have enough tickets, you can go to a server and check out the requirements. So let's go to one I'm not eligible for. Server transfer, here I'm not eligible. One of the things is the combat power. As you can see here, it says you can't have power higher than 40 EE. Now, this is based on your historical high. So if all of a sudden you go from 200 EE power to 30 EE power, you're not eligible to join this server because your historical CP is high enough. So if I click the little I here, it'll tell me what my historical high is, so 239, which means I would not be eligible to join this server. However, it can be raised. So if you hit contact leader, it'll bring you to this council screen, and you can message the leader directly, and you see the little bubble in the bottom with the 3 dots. The leader's messages will come through there, and you can ask them to raise it. So in the capital, you don't have to be leader to see this menu. You can go to transfer management, and you can see what they can change the powers to: 40, 200, 400, or unlimited. So if you are over 200 or you're over 400, you can message the leader, say, hey, I'm not going to go full Tyrant on your server. Would you mind letting me in? You know, build a little bit of rapport and convince them to let you in. They can temporarily raise this. So for example, the server I was going to had to raise it temporarily to 400 EE. They raised it just long enough for me to get in and then lowered it back down to 40. So you can always talk to the leader to try and increase the CP to allow you in there. Now, some of the other things to be aware of once we get back to that server. Here we go. You can check on the status. Now, there's different statuses based on usually how old the server is. When it says not available, the server's just not old enough to transfer. Now, you can transfer out of a server once it's 90 days old. You can transfer into a server not until it's 120 days old. So partly open, if you look at the servers that aren't quite 120 days yet, they all say partly open, but this is still worded a little weird. It says this server has gone through a difficult time. All we are saying is give peace a chance. You may view the details of this server. Now, partly open is used in part for servers that are old enough to have people transfer out. However, when transfers were first announced, Top War did say that servers that had gone through a merge would be eligible for transfers, so partly open, I believe, is also used for that. Next would be restricted. If the server has a special event going on, it will be restricted, such as Eternal Lands. However, SVS counts as a special event, and you will not be allowed in there. But for some reason, it doesn't read as restricted. It just won't let you transfer in. And then the last one would be completely open. There's no restrictions. They're 120 days old. You can go ahead and transfer in if you're eligible. Now, the eligibility here, it shows the first 4 requirements, but there are more, and we'll get to them in a moment. But the 4 requirements to get past this screen is As I already mentioned, no special events going on, which includes SVS and the reward phase for SVS. So if SVS is on Saturday, you're going to have to wait through that ridiculously long 2-day reward period for SVS, and you wouldn't be able to transfer in until Monday. The next thing is the server has to have a leader. So a reason a server wouldn't have a leader, if you are the losing side of SVS and the enemy holds your capital, it'll take the capital away from the leader for 1 week. So you can lose SVS and still have your capital, but if you lose SVS and they've taken over your capital at the end of it, it will kick your leader out for a week and you won't be able to transfer into this server until it has a leader again. And then the last requirement listed here would be having your commander level at level 80. So if you meet all of these and it says eligible and you've got the CP requirement taken care of, you can hit apply to transfer and it brings up some other things that you need to know. As already mentioned, you do need to be level 80. You will have to have enough transfer tickets. This is the screen that you would go to find out how many transfer tickets you'd need. As you can see here, it says I have 1 in stock, but it would cost 17 for me to transfer. You're also going to need to leave your alliance when you are ready to transfer. All your marches are going to need to be in your base, no troops in combat, no troops in your repair facility. If you are one of the classes that's able to build a facility on the map, such as the Mechanical Master with the Resource Facilities or the Legendary Craftsman with the Weakening Towers or the Strengthening Towers, you will need to destroy those or let them expire because you can't have any buildings on the map before you transfer. You are going to need to be done with the Dimensional Mines, so you can't be harvesting anything in the Dimensional Mines. As I already mentioned, the server is going to have to be at least 120 days old for you to transfer into it. And then once you transfer, you are not able to transfer again for 30 days. And then this last one is just kind of a warning. After you transfer, all the points and rankings of all your activities will be reset. So all this is saying is like your sand table high score is going to be reset. All your alliance contributions and stuff is going to be reset because it's going to be a new alliance. However, your expedition base will still keep your progress and your high score. So for example, if you transfer to a server where you completed expedition base before anybody else, you will be first on their list. So it keeps the progress for your expedition base. Then once you've met all these requirements and you're ready to transfer, you can hit transfer and then you will get this screen. And it basically tells you, do you want to spend 17 tickets? This is the server you're going to, and once you get there, it's going to port you to a random location on the map. If that's what you want, you go ahead and hit confirm, then you're in that server. That account will no longer be able to talk with your previous server. You'll have to create a new account, but you'll be in your new server and you're good to go. Now, something to keep in mind when looking for a server, there's basically 2 kinds of servers that you can transfer to. There's friendly servers and there's single alliance servers. What I mean by single alliance server is basically there's one alliance that commands everything. They get the capital every single week. They have all the rewards. And the benefit of going to a single alliance server is you will probably get strong fastest because they get all the rewards. However, the downside is these servers tend to be a little bit boring. World chat tends to be dead because all the activity is in a single alliance. Kill events tend to be kind of boring. So something to keep in mind. But the friendly servers are basically, servers that have learned to rotate capital, get along with each other. Everybody's happy. World chat's active. And when I was looking for a server, I wanted to find a friendly server. And one of the good things that you can look for is an alliance that rotates capital. Now, I would strongly recommend creating an account in that server to be able to check it out and talk with people, because you don't want to transfer into a server and ask, hey, is this server good to be in? You want to scout ahead and make sure you want to go there first. So something you can do before you make an account there is you can look at the history of a server and you can see what's happened with the capital. So this server looks like they might possibly rotate capital. It's a different name every week except for what looks like these most recent 2 weeks. So maybe they share capital. And if a server rotates capital, it's usually a good sign that all the alliances get along, as long as it's not back and forth between the same 2 alliances. Now, the friendly servers, you won't grow quite as fast as you would if you are on a single alliance server because, of course, friendly servers share the resources, share the rewards, things like that. And then some of the recommendations that I have for you guys, if you're looking at transferring to one of the newest servers, so for example, I transferred to 1161. This is one of the newest servers that I was eligible to transfer to. Now, like I said, I wanted to find a friendly server, but another thing that I did take into account is if I transferred to a newer server, it would give me an advantage in some of the events. So as some of you may know, I stopped playing the game for about a month, so going to a newer server allows me to make up for that time and try to get ahead in some of the events. However, you are not the only one with this idea. So if you go into your server and you hit manage and transfer management, you can hit target servers and you can see there's a lot of people on this list that have all come very recently. And like I said, this server just pretty much opened for transfers. So if you're looking at being the strongest guy in the server, keep in mind that there are going to be other people that transfer to the server. Now, I don't want to be the strongest guy in the server. The server I transferred to, actually, I wasn't the strongest guy. However, if you want to be the strongest guy, maybe look at some of the servers that have been eligible for transfers for 2 or 3 weeks. That way, all the people who had already planned on transferring into the newest server they could have already done it. And that way you don't get any surprises. So, for example, I transferred in here, and a couple days later, somebody with 660 EE transferred in. He's a nice guy, so we don't have to worry about him going full Tyrant, which is always nice. So something to keep in mind when you're looking at your servers. Naturally, if you go to an older server, you could be at a disadvantage because people there have been playing longer than you. But just find a server that you enjoy. What's important is just having fun in the game. You know, I have fun in the game just building stuff, so I don't really have to worry about being the strongest guy in the server, but, you know, whatever works for you. If you have any questions or if I missed anything in this video, please don't forget to leave your comments below. Ask the questions. I make a point to answer every single question. Please don't forget to like, subscribe. If you've subscribed, please ding that bell to turn on notifications. And as always, have a fantastic day.